Mr. M Trader, it is Sunday night. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, and natural gas. And then we're also going to look here at the NQ, which is a Nasdaq futures. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock, commodity ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have Bitcoin, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, before we get started here, should we have a lot of information coming out this week, not just some earnings here, but remember, we also have the Fed meeting, so we got to see if they're going to leave rates the same, cut, or whatever. Also, Kentucky Derby. Wow, what a great Derby. The old mother. Awesome Derby. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Now, you can see here where on Friday, we made this higher high situation, okay? And today, so far, we're just coming right on down. But what we're watching is this 8 SMA here sitting at 95,704. Now, again, if that's lost here, we're going to come right down to the bottom of this candle, 94,635. Then we're going to have this nice double bottom here at that 93,445. And then we'll be looking for this 93,025. That is going to be your 100 SMA here. Now, obviously, if that's lost here, then we just follow this candle right here, looking at 91,7085. But then what we're going to do is we're going to be looking right over here to the top of this candle. This is going to be key. This is 89.20. That was your breakout level. And then we have your 21-day at 88,834. And then we have 86,968 level, okay? I like to always just show you where it could possibly go if we start losing all these key levels here. Now, again, as long as we can hold this 8-day, even if it comes down, say it comes down to the bottom of this candle, okay, and it closes back up to the 8-day, that's a good buying opportunity here to take this back on up here again. Remember, always have Turnaround Tuesday in play, okay? Nasdaq's down only like 38 points now, so let's see how this all shakes out. Now, on the upside, you want to watch today's high, 96,455, there's your gap, and then we want to watch 96,885, there's your fill, okay? So, gap, fill, and then what we do is we're going to be looking at Friday's high. That's going to be that 98,615 level, okay? Now, if we can get above that, just bring this price channel right across here. This is what we're looking for, 99,765, okay? Then we'll bring this price channel across. What do we have? 100,765. And then we bring this bad boy across, and what we have is 102,875. And then we just follow the candles all the way up here until we have that big retest at 110 level, okay? But again, one level at a time. That's what we're looking for. So basically what we're looking for on the high side is Friday's high at 96,885. And we're looking to hold this 8 SMA here at 95,704. If that's lost, then we're going to have this nice big retest down here at 93,25. Now we just have this trading range kind of a scenario here, but let's give it a little time to see how it all shakes out. Now, your RSI here, well, it came down a little bit. You never got to an oversold condition. Your green is still over red. Even though it looks like it wants to roll over, just be a little bit patient with this. Okay, so by Friday, okay, well, it's a ways away. Week hasn't even started yet, but we want to make sure that we hold this 93,115. That is your 21-day, and then we have this 88,919. That is your 8-day rate below that, okay? But you can see how nice that 8-day came down, curling back up here. So as long as we're holding this 21-day by Friday, this is still looking very, very good, okay? Now, we've had a really good run. This here, we had the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. Now, if we flip this from this neckline down to the bottom, it really takes us to about 105. Now, it doesn't have to be instant, but that is the target on what you're looking at. So we're looking right about in this area right here, okay? So this is what we're looking at. Again, let's just be a little patient with it and see how it hits. But again, if it comes down and you lose this 8 SMA, watch that 100-day. If it holds either one of these on a closing basis, that can be a good buying opportunity here to take this bad boy higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, she is just coming right off, okay? So I'm short. I should say I'm short. Long SCO, which is the short for the old crude ski, okay? So this is actually working pretty good. Now, the reason I am is because, see, right here, we went 21-day, couldn't get in. Went to 21-day, couldn't get in, and you come right on down. Now, we put this bottoming tail in here, but you notice that Friday, it couldn't get above this 8-day or 21-day. We look at the overall picture of this here, okay? You have a big pole, and we have a bear flag situation, okay? So this is what we have. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll hold the SCO on the short side because we can't get through this, and then I scalp the UCO at the same time, so you can do both at the same time level, okay? So what we're looking for here, obviously on the downside, is this 55.12. So far today, we made a low here of 55.30, so we're holding it. Now, that could be a double bottom play, okay? So I'll never have an opinion. That could be a double bottom play, and this could rally up at least back up to the 8-day or 21-day, okay? So I'm going to show you on a weekly where this possibly can go, but we're looking at 53, you're looking at 50, and then we're looking all the way down to 47 level, okay? So what we're looking at here on the upside, and we're looking at today's high so far, is 56.78. There's your gap, and then we look at the bottom of Friday, 57.74, your gap and your fill level, okay? Then we come top of this candle here, you're looking at 59.50, and then this is going to be crucial, 59.94. There's your 8-day, and then your 21-day is right below that at 61.11. Now, we can follow the candles up here, take it up to the 50-day, but right now, in looking at this, I don't see anything bullish about this. So basically, if we can get back up to the 8-day, that's a selling opportunity, or the 21-day, same way. This is absolute waterfall, 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 okay? Now, what we have to watch here is this RSI. See how we have this oversold condition that came right on down, okay? Now we got to see where we stand here, but right now we're sitting a little bit higher. It's not a positive divergence because this has not made a lower low yet. So let's see how this shakes out, but your green is below your red. Not looking good at all. So on the downside, watch this 55.12 on a closing basis. Very, very key. Upside, basically, what you want to do is just watch this gap, that fill, but that 8-day is everything. Let's take a look at a crude oil on a weekly chart. Okay, here we have crude oil 10-year on the weekly. Now look at where this got down to, okay? Now remember that this was not really actually the low. It got as low as a negative 27 and change, I think it was, all the way on down, okay? That's why I took off the short, okay? And I added the long here, and obviously it was a really, really good run up, okay? But let's just see here on what we're going to be looking at here, okay? So this is what we're looking at, is right here is that 55.12 level, okay? That's the retest right there. Now, if that's lost here, what we do is we just look right to the left of the chart here. So what you're looking at here is the top of this candle. You're looking at that 53.93 level, okay? Then we can come over here. Okay, you're looking at that 52.75. So if we look at that 53 level, that's what's next. And then what we do is we can bring this price channel right across here. And then we have this 51.64 level. And then we're looking all the way down here. You're looking at that 49.43. Call that 50 level, and then we can come all the way down here. If we just follow these candles down, you got 49.43, you got 47.44, and you could come all the way to the top of this candle right here. You're looking all the way down to the 43 level, okay? But remember, one level at a time. So bottom line, what you're looking for here is this 53, okay, and then 50, and then 47 level. Then we can just work yourself all the way on down here. But again, now it looks like OPEC is dumping a lot of crude on the market here. As of May 1st, they're dumping them 410 million barrels per day. Okay, that's all those volunteer cuts is coming back on the market. So I don't know what they're going to try to do with volume or what they're going to try to do, but the price is just not working. But what you want to do is just watch that price channel, that 55.12. If that's lost, that 53, 50, 47 are your trades. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, natural gas getting itself a little bit of love there. Now, I have no position in natural gas here right now, okay? But I want to see what it actually is going to be here when the market opens up at 8 o'clock tonight. I might just jump into the UNG here, okay? So let's just see how this works. Now, this Friday was a very, very good trade, okay? But it went right to the 100-day, and that's when I take it off, and I'm going to see how it shakes out. Now, today, you can see here, we fell just a little bit short there on Friday, but now we're sitting there right into that at that 370 mark, okay? That's going to be very, very crucial. Now, if we can get above that, then we're going to look for this 50 SMA here, right here, okay? You're looking at that 378, and that's going to be very, very key level. Okay, so again, if you can get above that 378, then we're going to come to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 3.82. Then we'll come up to the top of this candle here, looking at 3.93 level. And then we can come here, you're looking at that 408. And then we have up here, we have 4.15. And then we have a nice retest going on here at that 420 level. And then if we bring this price channel right across, we're going to come right up there at that 425. Now, this is going to be very, very critical because you see how we had this double top, 425. This right here was 4.259, and this was 4.253, a lower high. And then I tried to retest it with a 420, couldn't make it, and then boom, down goes Frazier. But this is going to be very, very crucial. If you can get up in that area, is that 425. Now, again, if you can rally above it, well, we just follow these candles up here all the way until we hit that 490 level, okay? But what we're watching right now is we're going to watch that 100-day. That's going to be key. That's at 470, and then we're going to watch that 50-day at that 478, and we're going to see what the reaction is. If it can get through that 100-day, what is the reaction at the 50? Does it go higher and start rallying up here, or does it hit it and sell right back off? Now, what I like about this is what I've been pointing out is this 8-day. See, it never crossed the 200-day, rolling up here nicely. Now it's looking to cross and close above that 21-day. Now, again, if it does, even if this sells down and holds that 8-day, that could be a buying opportunity to take a nice scalp long to go higher. Okay, so remember, never give up on natural gas here. Even though the weather right now is you're in the shoulder season, you get a hot summer, natural gas is going to rip. Okay, any kind of LNG news, anything on that order, natural gas is going to rip. Okay, so just remember that. Never have the opinion. Now, we got here to this oversold condition. That's the first tell that says, well, I got to maybe try to take a trade long. You made a green cross here. That takes the green over your red. That's positive momentum. So, and then we have this 8-day going up. So you have a lot of good signs. The saying is buying. I just don't like holding natural gas long or short overnight. Crude oil, absolutely. Natural gas, no, they don't call it the widowmaker there for nothing. Okay, now on the downside, you obviously want to watch today's low. That's that 366. Then we'll come to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 3.54. We'll come over here. You're looking at 3.45. And then we start running into key support at 3.36. There's your 21-day. And then we have your 8-day at 3.34. Now, eventually this is going to cross over. And again, if it comes right on down, we have some sideways action. That's fine. Let that 8-day catch up to it. And then we can rip this bad boy higher, maybe even retest up here to the top of that candle at that 425 level. Okay, let's take a look here now at the old NQ. Okay, here we have the Nasdaq. Now, here all these charts look the same, but I like showing you the Nasdaq. That's what I like to trade. It's got all that good stuff. And TQQ, that's my favorite trade. Just killed it last week here on the TQQ. You see what I'm saying? I'm in at 50.50, and it's sitting right now at 59.50. So really just killing it on the old on the TQQs. But again, if you like Meta or Mac or Microsoft or Apple or Netflix or Tesla, all those are right in there. And plus, it pays a small dividend. But anything that's in this tech area, I just think it's going to go higher with this AI and everything that's going to go. And a lot of stuff doesn't affect it. I'm saying, like Netflix. What's going to affect Netflix? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all digital. So I think tech is definitely the trade. Now, you can see here Friday how the old Nasdaq here went right in where to go, right into that 200-day. This is where you trade the charts, okay? Went right into that 302 level, okay? So now we have a little bit of pullback here, but look at this 8-day. You cross the 21-day, you cross the 50-day, and now she's rolling up. So even if this pulls back down to that 19,745 level, this is still in a very, very good bullish uptrend situation, okay? This was downtrend. See how we had this high, lower high, couldn't get through the 21-day, lower high, but now see how that is reversed? That's the key. But the 200-day is very, very critical at that 20,302. Another thing is why it is, look here in the past. What do you see? Went right into that 200-day. Okay, next day what happened? Boom, all the way on down. Okay, very, very strong, that 200 simple moving averages. Now, if we can get above that key level, 20,032, then we're going to be looking right here at that 20,616 level. That is going to be your 100 SMA here, okay? So always remember that. Now, again, if we can get above that, then you got 20,725 level here. We can come up here. You got 20,944. We bring up the price channel up top of here. You got 21,122, and then we just follow the candles right up, 21,386, until you get your big retest here, all the way here at 22,450 level. But, again, I like to show you where it can go, but watch this 200-day on a closing basis. Very, very critical. And that same way with that 100-day, if we can get above this old 100 SMA. Because just look to the past, what it did. Ran right up there nicely. Look, everybody says, oh, she's going higher. And then look what happens. All the way on down. So watch that. Now, I guess downside here, just watch this 8-day. This is very, very crucial on a closing basis. 19,749. And then we have that 50-day right below it at 19,567 level. And then we can just follow these candles all the way on down here. What you have is 19,378 level. We come down here. You have 19,257. And then we have 19,216 level. We'll come to the bottom of this candle here, 19,103. And then we have your 21-day at 18,893. But you got to lose that 8-day and that 50-day. But right now, you've got a nice, good bullish trend. See how nice it held? How nice it held? Nice it held. Okay, doesn't say any difference. Let it take you out. Don't say, hey, oh, it's going to lose it this time. It may not. It might just bounce off of this and take right on up here. So again, upside, that 200-day, that 100-day. We get above that, then we start following the candles on up here. Downside, 8-day, 50-day are everything. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here tomorrow morning here before 7 o'clock, and we will do it all over again. Remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.